Okay, sir. Shall we start? 2 minutes more, sir.
No, sir, we can start, sir. It's 2 o'clock.
Okay, okay. A warm good afternoon to one and all who present here. On behalf of PSNA College of Engineering and Technology and Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, we welcome you all for the Day 3, Session 3 of Atal sponsored online 5 days faculty development program on perspectives of blockchain integrated with IoT challenges and opportunities. I also extend my welcome to today's resource person, Dr. M. Nalini Ma'am, Associate Professor, Department of E&I, Sri Sairam College of Engineering, Chennai. I welcome you, ma'am. Now I kindly request Dr. S. Vijay Prasad, sir, Associate Professor ECE, to give introduction about today's resource person. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir. A warm welcome to everyone. Our resource person, Yam Nalini, received her BE in Instrumentation and Control Engineering at Arulmughi Meenakshi Amman College of Engineering, affiliated to University of Madras, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, during the 2004. And she has received her M.Tech in Wheel Asset Design from Satyababa University during the 2009. She received her PhD in SCSVM University, Kanchipuram in the 2019. She is currently working as a professor at the Department of Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering, Sri Sairam Engineering College, Chennai. She has a total of 17.1 years of experience in the teaching field. She had 18 international journal publications, including 11 Scopus Index journals. She also published 1 book chapter and 2 patents. Till now, she has guided 13 projects. She received the Best Woman Faculty Award for the year 2019-20 from Novel Research Academy. And she is also a reviewer for many reputed journals such as IEEE Access, Wireless Personal Communication, and Microprocessor and Microsystems. She also delivered many guest lectures in different STVs. Now she is a mentor for ATL Tinkerpreneur 2021 Bootcamp. And we are also astonished to see that she has received a 1 lakh TST grant and 3.98 lakhs from AICT for HTTP grant. Thank you once again for accepting the invitation, ma'am. And thank you for joining in this session. The day is yours.
Yes, thank you for your nice introduction, sir. And good afternoon to everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the management of PSNA College of Engineering and Technology, and also I would like to thank the organizing team of this Atal FDP, and the special thanks to Prashant sir for giving this opportunity in today's session. And before going to our session, I would like to introduce myself. I am Dr. M. Nalini and working as a professor in E&I department, Sri Sairam Engineering College. So now I am going to share my screen.
Ma'am, you can share your screen, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Sir, is my screen visible, sir?
No, yes, ma'am. Visible, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, the topic given to me is a blockchain-based IoT application, and a very interesting topic. And before getting into the topic precisely, I would like to give
Excuse me, ma'am.
yes, sir.
A little bit louder, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Is it okay now, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So the topic given to me is a blockchain-based IoT application, and before going to our topic, first I would like to give a small brief about what is blockchain, what is IoT, and why we need to connect both these blockchain and IoT. Okay. So first of all, we should understand what is blockchain, and blockchain in the sense it is a cryptographically secured distributed ledger technology. Why they are saying this as cryptographically means this is encoded with some tags. Okay, and this is a distributed ledger technology and abbreviated as DLT, and this is the main things associated with DLT. So which is the first thing is programmable. So you can program this DLT, and this is called as blockchain. Okay, and so you using this, you can use this DLT for any application whichever you want. And this DLT is the second main point is secured. So whatever data you entered in this DLT, which is very much secure, and no individuals can alter anything. And the next one is anonymous. So anonymous is the part who are all the involved for this particular ledger technology will be anonymous. The identity should be anonymous. Okay, and anonymous means all network participants should agree the validity of the record. So then only that particular record will be stored in this distributed ledger, and so this is anonymous. And another main thing is this is a distributed ledger, which means in a particular network who are all the participants, so all can access this particular ledger technology, and you can program, so whoever can change this records and whoever can access the records. Okay, and it is immutable, which means you cannot alter any content. Okay, so which means it is irreversible, so you cannot do any corrections or any other alterations. And which is also again the main thing is timestamp. So what is timestamp means whatever you stored in this distributed ledger all will be with that timestamp. For example, if I store one information today and this time, so that particular information will be stored with the date of 7/7/2021 and the time is 2/6 or 14/6. So like that, every information is stored with timestamp. Okay, so the DLT is a distributed ledger technology, and everything here is information. So in our previous days, we stored our information in our notebooks, right? So instead of that, ledgers and hard copies, now they are moving to this distributed ledger technology, which is digitized, so you can have the all features of this one. So what is the disadvantage of our previous ledger means, which is a hard copy? So anyone can tab some particular page, or anyone can do some corrections, so anyone can do any miss things in your previous hard copy ledgers, but nothing can be possible in this distributed ledger technology. So that is the main thing in a blockchain. And why this is named as blockchain means every information is converted into block, and that block will be connected with the another block, so that will be looked as blockchains. So number of blocks connected with each other with some signatures. Okay, I'll tell you what is that signature. So if this chain is continuous, then the information is correct. Okay, so if you are going to add another new information, then that will be also again converted into block and will be added in that chain. Okay, so that's why this is called as a blockchain. Okay, so which is called as cryptographically secure and distributed ledger, which is for secure transfer of data between parties. Okay, so the main purpose of this is secure transfer. So, and these are all the features of the blockchain. And now we'll see how the blockchain transaction will be done. So nowadays, so many of you can come across the word Bitcoin, right? So the Bitcoin is the output of this blockchain. Can anyone tell me what's the current value of one Bitcoin? Have you all heard what is Bitcoin? Am I audible?
Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your response. And can you tell me the one Bitcoin value, today's value? So the value of Bitcoin today value is around 25 lakhs in the Indian rupee. Okay. So as SAR said, which is a cryptocurrency, which means which is not can be seen as our rupees, right? So which is the main output of this blockchain. Okay, so that cryptocurrency and Ethereum and Bitcoin all are the very well known outputs of this blockchain. And this diagram shows how the transaction will be get into the blockchain. Okay, so the first of all, you should initiate the transaction, and that request should be authenticated. So I'm going to do one transaction. For that, you need to get authentication. Okay, so once you get authenticated, then the block representing the transaction will be created. For example, today I am going to buy a land of 25 lakhs worth. So this is my information, and I am going to buy from uh, Raja. Okay, for example, I am saying Raja. From Raja, I am going to buy a house of 25 lakhs. Okay, so which is the information? Now that information will be converted into block, and that block will be should be added to the ledger. That is in a blockchain. Okay, and now this block should be sent to every node. Okay, which means who are all the participants for that particular node. The information will be sent to all the participants of that particular networks. Okay, and all the participants will validate the information. So once the validation is done, then that will be approved for the transaction. Okay, so once your validation is over, you will be get the reward. So this is not applicable for all case, and this is for cryptocurrency like transactions. So for industrial oriented transaction and for official transaction, this reward is not there. Okay, so once this transaction is over, so that block will be added to your existing blockchain, and that update will be sent to the network which is responsible for this particular blockchain. So now this update is distributed across the network, and now the transaction is complete. Okay, so now the block will be added with the information Nalini bought the house with the from the Raja and with the amount of 25 lakhs. Okay, so now whenever you want to check this information, you can verify at what time this particular house was owned by which one. Okay, and previous year who has the ownership for this particular house means you can check that particular blockchain and you can get the information. Okay, so like that, every information will be stored here, and no one can alter the information. Okay, because this is a distributed ledger, so this will be shared among the network which is responsible for this one. Okay, I think someone is in unmute. Can you please mute yourself? Okay, so how this block cannot be altered? How can you say this block cannot be altered? So here, so many persons, that is participants are there. So there is a chance of changing the information in a particular.
Excuse me, madam, your voice is not audible.
Ma'am, your voice is not audible, ma'am. Nalini, ma'am, are you there? Hello, ma'am. Participants, kindly wait. Maybe network problem, I think so. Nalini,
Sir,
ma'am.
is it audible now?
Yes, ma'am. Now audible, ma'am.
Sir, from where I left this?
1 minute, ma'am. Just slide is not viewing, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just to check my audio, I'll come out of my screen.
Okay, ma'am.
Sorry for the interruption. And here I have some call, so that's why I came out of this. Okay. I think I completed this. I don't know from where I left.
Previous slide, ma'am.
This one, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Next slide you are completed.
Next slide, ma'am. Next slide, ma'am.
Yeah, it is
Yes,
completed, ma'am.
Yeah.
It is
it's
completed.
completed.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. This one.
Ma'am, your screen is visible only 2/3, ma'am. Is it possible to increase?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, okay, ma'am.
Yeah, when I zoom this, I cannot see the Google Meet link. That's why I cannot identify
Now it
whether
is
I'm
visible,
there
ma'am.
or not. Okay, sir. Okay, sorry for the interruption. So
It's
now
okay, ma'am.
I'm going to explain the hashing algorithm. Okay, so which is like a signature. Okay, so why we need hashing algorithm is to ensure no one can access your information or alter your information. Okay, and see, this is our first block. And for example, here I have a information which is good day. Okay, so I'm going to save this good day as a block in this particular blockchain. That which means this is the information. Okay, or this is a transaction. So whatever may be based on your application, you can see. If it is a cryptocurrency transaction, then that will be said as transaction. If it is a ledger purpose only, then that time they will say this is a information. Okay, so whatever may be, now I'm going to store this good day. Okay, and for this particular block, this is our first block, so I don't have any previous signature or any previous block. So my previous hash is all zeros. Okay, and now there is a hashing algorithm. So many hashing algorithms are there. So in that algorithm, if you feed this message, that is good day, and the message will have the that is whatever you entered, the all will be important. Okay, so the font, either you are entering in all caps or this title case, so like that, whatever information you enter, for that particular information you will be having a special hash tag. Okay, so the hash will be generated by the algorithm by the algorithm itself. Okay, you cannot do anything, which is a designed algorithm. The thing is, you should enter the information. Okay, that's all. So good space day, and the spelling will be this. So for that, I got this is my hashing hash. Okay, which is a signature for this particular block. Okay, and for second block, I am going to add the another data, which is Thursday, and now I need to create the hash for this particular block. Okay, so how the hash will be created based on the data as well as the previous hash. Okay, so using this previous hash and this data, I got the new hash. Okay, so like this for next block also, the information is new fingerprint. This is the information I am going to store in this block, and for this fingerprint and for this previous hash, I got this new hash. Okay, so this is the authentication for this particular block. Okay, if any hacker or any intruder wants to change my information, for example, instead of Thursday, if anyone wants to change this as Wednesday, or if they want to give a space between Thursday and day, or if they want to change the caps letter of capital T to small t, and whatever may be the change, if they want to do here, then immediately the alert within a minute, the entire participants of this particular network will got the alert. Someone want to change the information, and so that either the block will be the chain will be broken, or the block will be corrupted, or the information will be sent to all the participants. Okay, because this hash for block 2 is specially for this Thursday. That means this spelling and the capital letter of T and without space DAY before. So the hash will be changed once you change anything with this information. Okay, if I give any space between S and D, so for that particular information, the hash will be generated differently in your hashing algorithm. Okay, and so that the participants of this particular chain can understand. So the hash will be broken, which means some block is tried to intruder. Okay, so the intruder tried to change the information. So that's why the hashing algorithm will have the importance of this blockchain technology, which is a signature. And then now we got some idea about what is blockchain and what is the importance of blockchain. Now we move on to the IoT. So what is IoT? Which is the Internet of Things, and also known as Internet of Objects. Okay, either things or objects connected to the internet. For example, our telephone, our smartphone is one IoT device. So we are connected with the network, and we had camera there and fingerprint sensor and also display. So all are connected with our internet. So our smartphone is a very good example for our IoT device. Okay, so for example, if I take a plant, okay, for a manufacturing plant means the sensors and actuators and whatever there in that particular manufacturing plant, everything will be connected with the internet, and through the internet the control center will access the information and they can control the plant operation using that IoT devices. Okay, so see, this picture will shows the connection between all the devices will be through the cloud, so which is called as net. Okay, so the number of IoT devices connected day-to-day life is very much increasing, and in some of statistics it show they told the number of connected device will be the twice of the population. Okay, because of this number of devices increment, so we have lot of information generated day by day. For example, if I had a plant, and for every minute there will be a change in the value of the pressure and temperature and flow. So whatever there in my plant, all the information will be sent to the internet. Okay, and all that information can be accessed everyone. So who are all connected with that particular network. And if any hackers want to hack that information, then that is also possible, and which leads to some malpractices in our manufacturing plant. So that's why that is the main limitation of our IoT. Okay, so here the another limitations of data integrity or ownership issue, which I told now. So the every data was generated, and through the internet you can access your data, but the ownership of that particular information is a very big issue. If any intruders want to hack your information, then hacking is possible. So that is main problem. And highly centralized architecture, so which means the people who are all connected with that particular network can access the problem, and various varieties of cyber attacks, and a single point of failure. If any one device fails, so that cannot be identified rightly, and unattended environments. So if any particular point the hacking will be done means that cannot be identified. So that now they are combining the technology of blockchain with IoT. So as I told already, the blockchain is for secure transfer of information between parties. And IoT means so many devices are connected to the internet. So there also we are transferring the information, but only problem there is secure. Okay, so that secure you can achieve if you combine that with the blockchain. So that's why the blockchain is now very much in a research area, how this blockchain can be efficiently attached with the IoT. Okay, so that's why in this picture every information are connected. See, all the appliances are having some chain-like structure, and which is connected to the smartphone. Okay, which is now which will be the secure transfer of information. So you can increase the security if you have the blockchain with your IoT ecosystem. Okay, And so once you implemented blockchain with your IoT framework, then you can have the management of data with high standards, and you can integrate and secure your data with low cost, and you can analyze your data, and you can do your business without any disturbance or without any intruders or without any cyber attacks. Okay, whatever may be the attacks, you can have the secure information. Okay, and as my topic is the application part, so how the blockchain and IoT can be used for particular applications. So here we have the set of industries, how the blockchain and IoT can combinedly work with the industries. So first thing is supply chain and logistics. In this pandemic situation, this transportation of COVID vaccine will be having a highly having the importance. So that is supply chain and logistics, and I'll explain how that can be happen. And automotive industry, then smart home and sharing economy, then pharmaceutical industry, then agriculture, water management, hospitality, and healthcare. And so many results are there for other industries also. And you will be astonished how this hospitality also having blockchain and IoT. And I'll tell you how this and blockchain with IoT. First, we will see supply chain and logistics. Why the first and foremost thing is supply chain and logistics. So many companies are working with us. Okay, IBM also working with this supply chain and logistics. So why? Because which is having many stakeholders, which means so many brokers are there, and so many raw material providers are there, and manufacturers are there, and they have to transfer their goods from one place to another place with some specified parameters. Okay, for example, I told the COVID vaccine. Okay, so you need to ship COVID vaccine, that is Sputnik V like vaccines. You have to transport from one country to another country, but in that transportation, particular temperature is very important. So with that particular temperature only, uh, uh, you have to keep that particular vaccine. So when you have this IoT and blockchain, you can have the sensors. Okay, so the sensors can be attached in your goods. Okay, that is in that container itself, motion sensor, a GPS sensor, which is for tracking the position of particular container, and temperature sensor, then vehicle information and connected devices, whatever there in that particular container. Okay, so whatever the condition, when you load the container, what is the particular temperature you load in that particular container, so that information will be converted into block, and that will be added in your block. Okay, once it is transported from one place to another place, or for every 1 hour, the information of the temperature, what's the temperature, and where is your vehicle, and where is your motion sensor, and how much distance it is traveled. So that was shared, that was again stored as a information in that particular blockchain. Okay, after 1 hour, again all these parameters will be stored in the blockchain. So once it is reached the customer, up to that, every information will be transferred as a block and will be connected as a blockchain. And for this, IoT devices are important. Okay, and there is a company called Golden State Food, so which is supplying their goods using this IoT and blockchain. So see here, this is a manufacturer, and here the consumer. So through from the manufacturer, the goods will be transferred to the container. So in that here first initially they will transfer the information about the goods to the block. Again, after it reaches the container, again the condition of the goods will be transferred as an information block to the blockchain. And again, after the shipment to the vehicle, then that particular information is also converted into block, and that is also again added to that blockchain. And after it reaches the customer can go and check for when the manufacturer have this particular goods, what is the nature of the product, what's the temperature, and that information can be accessed by the consumers. Okay, so you can have the faith on that particular product, and you can consume that product without having any issues. Okay, so the main thing here is you can have accountability and transparency. So from manufacturing unit to consumer unit, you can track your goods in main quality in the main quality aspects. Okay, for transferring the vaccine, the temperature is main important aspect, so you can monitor the temperature from manufacturer to consumer. Okay, so like that you can have the importance of supply chain logistics. Okay, and the product may be anything, food product or any medicine product or anything can be accessible using this. Okay, and next one is automotive industry. So automotive industry, now we are moving into autonomous cars. So we are very well known that autonomous cars are IoT enabled device. So because we had so many sensors and actuators are connected with that particular car, and the informations will be transferred for every 1 hour or every half an hour. So based on your car, you can have that. Okay, so in that you can have automated fuel payment and autonomous car, then smart parking and automated traffic control. For all these purposes, you can have the blockchain and IoT. Okay, see, this is an automatic parking lot. Okay, so this information is again stored in a block. Okay, as a block in a blockchain. So the particular parking lot was empty, and that information is sent to the car. So if this car is also having the receiver of that particular message transmission. Okay, so that information will be get by this car, and they can understand this particular lot will be there for parking, and they will park the car, and they will pay their amount with cryptocurrency also. So the crypto wallet is also they can use. Okay, so the company which is called NetObjects. Okay, so this company is mainly involving this smart parking solution with the collaboration of the company called PNI. So this company is mainly developing the parking sensors. Okay, and which is very highly implemented in the future days. Next one is smart homes. Okay, so now we are all moving into smart homes, smart apartments. Okay, so which means all the appliances in our homes are connected with our internet. So using your mobile phone itself, you can switch on your lights, you can switch on your AC, and when, for example, if you are going to start from your office and you want to make your room cool before you reach, or at the time when you reach your home, you should want your room will be cool. For that, when you start from your office itself, you can switch on the AC and make your room cool, so you can enjoy when you enter into your home. Okay, so that much access can be possible if you have these smart homes, that is IoT enabled sensors are there in your AC, and the app which is there for your smartphone. Okay, so using your smartphone itself, you can have all these access. Okay, so but the main thing is when you come to the smart lockers. Okay, so smart lockers means they are fixing in your that will be fixed in your door. So whenever you enter, by seeing your image, the door will be automatically open. So in that case, the face of yours will be, it should be already stored in the database of the locker. So you can store whoever the authorized person. For example, all the family members of your home, you can store the information. Okay, but if any hackers want to change the facial impression, facial image of yours, or they want to replace with others, if they want to stole anything from that particular house, so that can be happen. So that's why in this situation, the blockchain is a important technology. You should add with your smart home. Okay, so all the biometric information should be saved in a blockchain. So if any intruder want to change that information, then you can get the alert. So you can, that cannot be allowed. Okay, and also you got the information that someone is trying to change the information. Okay, so what are the biometric information? Either it's a voice recognition or facial recognition or fingerprint recognition. So whatever maybe you can use for opening your door. Okay, so that information should be secured, and you should have the access to change the person, and no one should not change the information. Okay, so the company called Telstra, which is used to improve the security of smart homes. Okay, and next one is sharing economy. So the next important application in blockchain IoT is sharing economy. So which can be done using this without having any security threat. Okay, so for example, the company called Slack.it. So this company is mainly doing this sharing economy business with the IoT enabled blockchain. Okay, so there is an apartment called Airbnb. So this apartment can lease itself. So how they can lease itself? So if any block is or any flat is empty in that particular apartment, so that particular information will be stored in the blockchain, and they can have the sensors. So they can give the advertisement on its own. So by using that advertisement, the whoever want to take the lease of that particular flat, they can contact with that particular app. So by analyzing there, they can have the lease of that particular flat in that apartment. So that much possibilities are there when you combine this blockchain and IoT. Okay, so this is the example. So this are connected. So if anything is free of if anything is free, then that information will be sent. So using that information, the ads will be posted, and based on that, tenant can get the lease of that particular flat. Okay, and now they are developing a universal sharing network. So for doing the sharing economy, they are developing this universal sharing network, which is USN. So using this network, anything can be sold or anything can be leased or anything can be rented. So without having any distraction. So all the transactions with this universal sharing academy will be network will be secured. Okay, and intermediates will not be there. So the broker charges will be reduced. So this also cheap when you use this universal sharing network. Okay, and next one is pharmaceutical industry. So pharmaceutical industry, in the sense, here also we will have so many stakeholders. So initially from developing the drugs to distributing drugs. So the first thing is in a R&D lab, they'll identify the particular drug for particular disease and or particular vaccine or anything. Okay, so that is comes under this developing drug. So they will develop the drug. So that information is also highly secure. So that information they should store as a block. Okay, and that block will be sent to the chain. So that will be added. So in this particular day, in this particular time, this particular drug was developed. Okay, or the stage of the development of drug is this one. So like this, they can add the informations. And in manufacturing drugs means the formula will be transferred to the manufacturer, and manufacturing will be done in manufacturing unit. And that time also the informations can be stored in a blockchain. And distributing drugs also, we already saw what is distribution using shipment and logistics. Okay. And see, so first manufacturer, so the existing service provider or client interface, using this tool, the information will be stored as a blob, And from distributor side also, the informations will be stored as a block. And from dispensers also, the information will be stored as the block. Okay, so when you have this pharmaceutical manufacturing and distribution dispenser, this should comes under the governance. Okay, and the MIDI ledger is the industry which they are involved in this pharmaceutical blockchain IoT technology. Okay, and they did. And the data which is stored in the distributed ledger or the blockchain is accessible by the manufacturers and wholesalers and dispensers and end customers. Okay, and they are offering the simplified payment process and controlling user access and stopping counterfeit drugs. Okay, and these are all the important stakeholders of that particular pharmaceutical industry. Okay. Next one is agriculture. How agriculture comes into this blockchain and IoT. So now we are moving into smart agriculture. Okay, smart farming techniques or smart agriculture, which means there are so many sensors in our field. The sensors will identify how much pesticides are required for this particular land. So the sensors will give this amount to the farmers. So based on the information, the farmer can give the pesticide to that particular land, and how the watering should be there for this particular land, that also sensed by the sensors. And using that information, the farmers can give the water to that particular land. And now using satellite informations, they can predict the rain also. So based on the prediction of rain, the water will be given to that particular land is decided by the farmers. Okay, so when you cultivate some vegetables, if for example in the particular farm they are doing the cultivation of the lady's finger, for example. So from the from the farm, when to the customer side, every information should be stored in a blockchain. Okay, for example, how much in which day the particular vegetable was sold, and how much pesticides was given to that particular vegetable, and how the minerals will be added to that particular vegetable. And so all these informations are stored in a periodical format to the blockchain. So once it reaches the customer, up to that, the every information will be stored in a blockchain. Okay, see, from farmer the information is stored in a block, again from the processor the information is stored in a block, and again from the distributor and from retailer to customer. Okay, so whenever the customer scans the code available in that particular product, they can get the information. So how this particular product will be cultivated and what is the condition from farm to this supermarket. Okay, so for that they will give the special code in that particular product. So using that code, the customer can understand what are all the stages crossed for this particular product. Okay, and this is very interesting application. So now for selecting the seed, and for selecting the fertilizer, and selecting the pesticides, and giving water to the land, so everything was identified using the sensors and actuators. So from that, the informations will be stored in a block. So IoT and blockchain will be very much implemented in agriculture. So the important company which is there for doing this transformation is Pavo. Okay, so by using the code available in that product, the consumer also can get the information. So they can have now happily with that product. So they can have faith on the product. So they'll be the happy customers. And next one is water management. So how water management also comes into here means they can track how much water you can use, and they can do automatic shutdown if any leak is detected. So for example, because of a leak in a particular pipe, so much of water will be wasted. So that leaking water fixages can result 1 trillion gallons of wasted water per year in USA. Okay, and now we have a company called Aquai has built Puck, a smart water sensor, the sensor named as Puck, so which can do the tracking of water, how much water you can use. So based on your usage, they can run the motor for that particular time. Okay, so they can identify any leakages there, and if any leakages there, then they will do the automatic shutdown of water supply. Okay, so like that you can save the water. And in river side, if you want to monitor the contamination, then river contaminations also can be achieved using this IoT and blockchain. And you can have the information of that particular, for example, if they are doing clean Ganga project. Okay, so they can have the data that for last year the contamination of that particular river is what, and now this year what will be the contamination. So no one can change the information, no one can cheat, and by seeing that blockchain, you can have the information that contamination was reduced or increased, or anything can be done in that particular project or not. Okay, so the example is Lebelium and IRA Lab. They both are teamed with drone on the Volca. So this project will be used to verify the contamination autonomously. Okay, so the drones will collect the information, and using that information, they can understand the level of contamination, and everything will be changed, stored in a Ethereum blockchain. Okay, so Ethereum blockchain is a famous blockchain technology, and you can have the data with real time. Okay, in our blockchain, we have two types of blockchains. One is private blockchain, and another one is public blockchain. So public blockchain means all can see the information available in that particular blockchain. So public, so everyone can access the information. You cannot change the information, but you can access the information. And private blockchain means the network, which is, for example, in the office environment, the information will be related to that particular office means. So the persons who are all authenticated, that will be decided, and that persons can only see the information and can only alter the information. Or any persons can be accessed means you can give the authentication for all the employees of that particular office, so they can see the information and they can understand what is there in that particular blockchain. Okay, and next one is hospitality. So hospitality industry is a very high in the very high revenue industry. So here the intruders involvement is more. So for reducing this middleman intruding, they will use this blockchain IoT. So using this, they can have the direct provider to customer interaction, and they can reduce the middleman charge. Okay, so that's why this blockchain is also involved in hospitality industry. So the so many of the customers dissatisfied because of this middleman. So that will be removed using this blockchain, and they can have direct contact with the provider, and they can have the reduced cost with their bookings. Okay, and healthcare. So now in this recent scenario, the health information exchanges are highly applicable, which means the data of the patient and data of the hospital, how much they are, how many patients they have, how many empty beds are there, how many occupied beds are there. So like that, every information will be available now, and this information is also should be secured, so no one should change the information. So that's why this informations are now available with the blockchain technology. Okay, so now Google also providing the status of how many beds are vacant in that particular hospital, and using CoWIN website, you can see how many vaccines are there in that particular hospital, this vaccines are there, and using that website also you can book your vaccination slot and you can pay. So like that, all the informations are now also available with internet. So so to avoid cyber attacks, everything should be secured. So for that, this digital lecturing technology is used. Okay. And if you are using this blockchain with your IoT, there are three key benefits. So first one is you are building the trust. Okay. So the trust means the information is secured and which will be transferred between the parties and devices. No third parties are allowed and no cyber attacks can be allowed, and reduce the risk of collusion and tampering. That means the information cannot be changed or tampered. Okay, and this you can achieve in reduced cost. Okay, so without middleman, if you do means the cost will be reduced. So that's why the main key benefit is reducing the cost. Okay, and the accelerated transaction means you can have the fastest transactions. Okay, the time delays will be removed, so you can have this three key benefits: build trust and reduce cost, then accelerate transactions. And now I have one very interesting application using this blockchain enabled IoT. Is my screen visible? Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. See here, this is a very interesting application. When I explore internet, Google, I come across with this, which is a mirror. Okay, so it's a virtual gym. They build like a mirror. Okay, it will be look like this. Okay, simply a mirror. You can have a very small space in your home, and you can have this, and you can have the trainer, that is personalized trainer for you. You can book your convenience slot here, and you can do the workouts. The trainer will train you and they can correct you, and you can combine with your friends also. See here how this, see this mirror looks like this, very thin and very weightless, and this IoT enabled blockchain. Okay, so using this, you can see how many calories you burned, and what is your BPM, and how you are doing, how your friends are doing. If any corrections are there in your site, the trainer will correct you. So like that, all the possibilities are there. So in this pandemic situation, all the gyms are closed, right? So no one can enter into the gym. So this mirror will be used for doing that workouts in your home itself with professional guidance. Okay, see here home trials also there. I thought this was very interesting, that's why I had this. Okay, so next we move on to the real-time companies who are all involved in this IoT blockchain. Okay, first of all, the main important company is Helium. Whenever you Google IoT blockchain company, the first result will be Helium. And then Chronicle, ArcTouch, Filament, NetObjects, Hyper, Sage Security, and GridPlus. Okay, so these are all the famous companies. Currently, they are working this IoT blockchain. They had implemented so many applications, and still they are doing the IoT blockchain. So we'll see one by one. So first one is Helium. So this is a decentralized machine network. So we know that what machine network means, all are involved with devices. Okay, so you will be having so many routers and microchips and sensors and transducers and actuators. So everything can be decentralized here. So which is can be accessed. The information will be stored in a blockchain, And the special thing here is they are using radio technology to strengthen their internet connection. And because of this radio technology, the power consumption is less. So you can run your smart machines with the reduced power. So this is the main advantage in this Helium company. So radio technology they are using for internet connection, and because of that, the power will be reduced, and all the machine related chips and routers and sensors will be connected, and this is the main concept of this Helium. And next one is Chronicle. So by seeing this picture itself, you can understand they are involving the supply chain on logistics. Okay, they mainly focused on pharmaceutical and food supply industries, and the Chronicle uses IoT enabled shipping containers and sensors, and using that you can have the real-time update of shipping process. Okay, so the Chronicle is a company involved in this supply chain, the supply chain and logistics using blockchain and IoT technology. And next one is ArcTouch. So using this ArcTouch, you can access your smart devices. Okay, what are the smart devices? Now we have the voice assistants, for example, Amazon Alexa, and you have the wearables, that is wearable monitoring system. So many wearable devices are there for patient monitoring, and now we have the smart watches for monitoring our health continuously, and we have smart TVs. So all these connected items will be developed using this ArcTouch. They are developing the blockchain IoT device for these all connected devices. Okay, they have a special app which is called decentralized app. Okay, D app. So using this app, they can link so many IoT devices. Okay, so using this app, you can personalize for your own use. Okay, for your particular home, you can personalize, and you can have extra connection between your smart devices. Okay, so using this, the security will be high. So the ArcTouch mainly involves the connected items. So they are developing a particular app which is D app, that is decentralized app. Next one is a company called Filament. So this Filament involves developing the blockchain-based hardware as well as software, and also they integrate this hardware and software with IoT. Okay, so they developed one suit called Blocklet. So they focuses the data security and IoT devices for the construction, manufacturing, energy, and transportation industry. Okay, so this Filament company highly focused in this construction and manufacturing, energy, transportation. So in all these four industry, so many hardwares and softwares are involved. So all these hardware components as well as software components will be connected their suit. Okay, they had the blocklet. So using that particular suit, you can access the information of that particular hardware as well as software. And using this, you can have highly secured implementation of your works. And next one is NetObjects. So NetObjects is having distributed app. Okay, so if you want to communicate your IoT device with each other, so using this app you can make that communication secured way, and this transfer of data is using blockchain enabled. So for that, they are generating a special token called IO token. So using this token, you can transfer your information securely. Okay, so which is through again the blockchain. So for example, a drive-through restaurant and patrons can use the IO token, and using this IO token, they can pay their amount using cryptocurrency for their meal, and for delivery with the using the drone also the IO token can be used. Okay, so now food delivery and groceries delivery also implemented using drone for nearby stations. So for that drone delivery, this NetObjects has the specialized app. So using that app, they will generate the I token for that particular transportation, and using that I token, you can pay your amount using cryptocurrency or crypto wallet. Okay, so the next company is Hyper, which is highly secured transaction between your ATMs and cars, locks, and homes. Okay, so in all these places, we have so many biometrics or so many passwords, so many special identifications we are using. Okay, for example, in ATMs we are using pins. Okay, and for cars we are using special finger touch or face recognition. On smart cars everything is possible. And locks means in your locker, for example in a bank locker we are using special password, and in your home we can use facial recognition or voice recognition or any password. So all these can be uh, having the possibility of cyber attacks. Okay, so that can be reduced using this Hyper. So this stores this biometric information in a highly secured manner, and using this that you can have decentralizing the important information. Okay, so this main purpose of this Hyper company is for unique identification security. Okay, for example, facial, eye, voice, form recognition for IoT devices. So everything will be secured and decentralized, and you can have your you can avoid the cyber attacks. Okay, and next one is Sage Security. So they are involving mainly in agricultural industry as well as energy industry, then transportation and utilities. Okay, they are having the devices which is IoT enabled and blockchain. Okay, so using this, you can have the information of that particular agricultural field or energy field, how much energy is consumed and how much is generated for that particular day. So like that, you can have the transactions using this Sage Security. So this is a company, they have a separate platform for these industries. Okay. And next one is Grid Plus. So this Grid Plus is using the Ethereum blockchain. So they are mainly focusing on energy saving IoT devices. Okay, so now we are all moving into smart homes. Okay, so you can have the energy conservation using this Grid Plus. See this home, uh, the roof of the home is fully, what is this, solar panels. So using the solar panel, they are getting the energy, they are generating their own energy and they are utilizing that. So for accessing or for controlling that, you can use this Grid Plus app, so which is used to which helps to give up to date information about energy usage. And using this Grid Plus app, you can have a smart energy meter, and which wirelessly connects your smart devices. Okay, so for this they are using this Ethereum blockchain. And next I have one example video, very small video. See that example, they are showing the shipment and logistics. Okay, so they are transferring the good from the manufacturer. So the manufacturer side, the information will be shared in a blockchain. So what is the temperature and what's the humidity and in which condition it was transported. So the every information will be updating by hourly basis. Okay, so for every hour the condition of the product will be transferred using the sensors, and the sensors transfer the information to the blockchain. So the quality managers from the receiver side tracking the quality of that particular goods. Okay, so they are tracking the information continuously. So once any deviation is there in that particular temperature or any humidity or any parameter in that particular product, the quality manager will not approve that product, and they will not they will reject the product, and so the customer will not get any missed products. Okay, so the customer can have a good product, they will not get any bad products. Okay, so the quality manager will itself reject the deviated product. Okay, so like that you can have your tracking of products by using this blockchain and IoT. I think I covered all the applications related with blockchain and IoT, and at last we come to the benefits of blockchain with IoT. Okay, so what are all the benefits using our application itself? We can understand. So the first one is anonymity. So no one will not access your information anonymously. Okay, only the authorized person can access the information, and they can only have the look on the information, and they can have rights to change the add the new transaction. Okay, so no one can change. If you want to change the information, then the only possibility is you can add new block to that particular chain. Okay, so the anonymity will be there, and publicity, which means the particular blockchain can be available for the persons who are all there in that particular network. Or if it is a public blockchain, so everything can be transparently available to the public. Okay, so the persons can have the transparency with this blockchain IoT. So publicity will be there, and decentralization means, so the authorization of information is not belongs to single person, so that will be decentralized. So instead of having one center, they are having the information will be depends on all the responsibility will be depends on all the participants of that particular network, and resiliency, then security and speed, so cost saving and immutability. So immutability means you cannot irreversible. Okay, so if any information you want to change, that you cannot change, so you can add a new information with the approval of all other participants of that particular network. Okay, so without their approval you cannot add any information. So that is the main benefit of this blockchain with IoT. Okay, so with this I conclude my session. Any doubts you can ask me. So many hashing algorithms have they are using, ma'am. You can have any algorithm.
Dear participants, you can ask your questions.
Participants, any queries?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, ma'am. If for implementation purposes, suppose we are implementing blockchain in IoT.
Yes, sir.
So what is your suggestion for implementation purposes? So how we can approach?
Yes, sir. So many platforms are available, sir. And IBM also they are having blockchain platform. So you can have the any platform for implementing that particular IoT information, sir. So for their platform, they are having a separate hashing algorithm or any signaturing algorithm. So based on the platform only, you can have the transfer of your information from IoT to blockchain.
Any open source tools, madam?
Any open source, yeah.
No, ma'am, no open source tools, ma'am. IBM actually provides some limited version of tools, ma'am, for academic initiative. They have actually academic initiative account. You can using your Gmail ID, you can have your account in your IBM. So you can develop your IoT application as well as blockchain with that IBM platform, but with some limited version. Okay, ma'am. For commercial purpose, you need to pay some amount for that IBM tool, and you can implement. And IBM is very friendly environment, and you can develop your IoT application for your student project also, and you can use that information and you can link that with IoT blockchain platform also.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Okay. Actually, I tried using IBM yeah, academic initiative account. You also try, ma'am, which is very easy only.
Okay, thank you, madam. Madam, actually, this blockchain, of course, so many speakers is being used in so many things, but mainly they are telling in Bitcoin.
Yeah, ma'am.
But the
Actually,
first question
if
you
yeah,
put is what is the cost? I mean, this one that's nearly 27 lakhs.
yes, ma'am. Yes.
But why? I don't know how. I mean, it is. I mean, it may not be feasible for using Bitcoin for ordinary people. No.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, if you talk with IT related people, blockchain means they are only focused on that Bitcoin. Okay, ma'am. Actually,
Yeah.
Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. You cannot see that currency and you cannot use that
Yeah, that
currency.
I understand, but
Yes,
that
uh,
happened to be very costly.
yes, ma'am. Actually, those who are all not interested with this government parties, they are developing on their own currency. That is that the Bitcoin. Uh, no government organizations approved that Bitcoin, so we cannot use just like our rupees that Bitcoin.
Yeah, that I
Yeah, and
understand.
when actually I am a E&I engineer, so when we talk with us the blockchain, we are all having the that is authentication of information, right, ma'am? So that is the main purpose of blockchain.
Yes. Thank you, madam. Thank
Yes,
you.
Ma'am,
yes, ma'am.
ma'am, actually, we are using IoT devices. In
Yes,
IoT devices, the sensors are having a very limited storage capacity. Is it possible to store the hash information in that
no, ma'am.
sensor?
Sensors cannot store information. They just send the information to the cloud. Okay, ma'am. In that
Okay.
cloud only they can store the information as a blocks and hash tags. That is hashtags or everything can be done in that cloud platform only. In sensor view, you cannot do anything. Sensor only send the information. You cannot
Okay.
store the information.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any other questions?
Participants, any other queries? 2 or 3 queries in chat box, ma'am.
Yeah, sir. Sorry, sir. I will look at. Sir, in image processing also the same thing. The information which you are going to do for processing, that is the output or anything. So you have to send that information to cloud. So there only you can use your blockchain. Blockchain is nothing but storing information. That's all, sir. Any other queries?
Any other queries?
Actually, from my suggestion, you use IBM tool, which is open source only, and for our academic purpose, that facility given by IBM is very much sufficient. So no need to pay anything, and you can have your IoT application, and you can build using Node MCU. Any device if you want to connect, that can be allowed in that IBM account, that IBM tool. And blockchain platform is also there with that IBM platform, so you can use that. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for the wonderful session, madam. Thank you very much for
sir.
accepting. Thank you very much for accepting, and it was very informative.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your feedback, sir.
Now we can leave the session, ma'am. We have some instruction to deal with the participants.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, participants.
Dear participants, tomorrow the session starts by 9 o'clock. So join by 8:50. Tomorrow alone the session starts by 9 o'clock. Remaining as usual only. Tomorrow alone the first session starts by 9 o'clock instead of 9:30. So please be here at 8:50 itself. So it's a wonderful session taken by another blockchain certified trainer. So his session is very important, and he will be giving you a lot of information how to link blockchains with IoT. So please be here at 8:50. So that we can exactly start by 9 o'clock and wind out by 10:30. And he is having another meeting at 10:45. So he requested him to take it earlier as possible, and he has accepted it. And tomorrow alone, please be here at 8:50. I'm repeating again, the session starts by 9 o'clock tomorrow. The feedback link is posted, and kindly go back and fill the feedback form before leaving this session. Every session there is a deviation in feedback, and as a result the attendance also changes. Probably the attendance should be around 11 out of 14 sessions. Sorry, 12 out of 14 sessions to get your certificate. So you know that very well. So try to put the feedback, and it will be easier for us to take it attendance easily.